Hey everyone, so this is the lecture 2 of this series, and we have already covered the pre-independence period. And from today, in today's lecture, we are going to study about the post-independence period. So, in the post-independence period, banks were nationalized under the Banking Regulating Act 1949, and Reserve Bank of India was nationalized in 1949 also. Then State Bank of India was formed in 1955, and 14 other banks were nationalized in the time duration of 1969 to 1991. So there were other subsidiaries of SBI that were nationalized in 1959, which were the State Bank of Patiala, State Bank of Hyderabad, Bikaner and Jaipur, Mysore, Travancore, Saurashtra, and Indore. So these were later merged with State Bank of India in 2017, except the State Bank of Saurashtra, which was merged in 2008, and State Bank of Indore, which was merged in 2010. So all these banks were merged into State Bank of India in 2017, but there were exceptions: State Bank of Saurashtra in 2008 and State Bank of Indore in 2010. So after this came the liberalization period, which happened from 1991 till date. So many private sector banks were introduced in India. RBI gave license to 10 private sector banks, and these banks were Global Trust Bank, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, Bank of Punjab, IndusInd Bank, Centurion Bank, IDB Bank, Times Bank, and Development Credit Bank. So these were all the phases and the nationalization of banks, introduction of private sector banks. So after this, we come at the topic: what are the types of bank? So these all banks are divided into a few types, which we will discuss now. So the types of banks are, wait a second, yes. So there are these many types of banks. First one is central bank, which is, the central bank is RBI. Then the cooperative banks, commercial banks, RRBs, regional rural banks, then local area banks, specialized banks, small finance banks, and payments bank. So now we will discuss about each one of them. So this is the further classification. So commercial bank consists of public sector bank, foreign banks, private sector banks, and RRBs. Then comes the small finance bank, payments bank, and cooperative banks. Cooperative bank also consists of urban cooperative bank and state cooperative bank. So what is a central bank, or which is the central bank? The Reserve Bank of India is the central bank of our country. Okay, the Reserve Bank of India is the central bank, and every country has its own central bank that regulates all other banks in that country. Okay, so basically RBI is the regulatory body that controls or regulates all other banks and financial institutions. So the main function is to act as the government's bank. The main function of RBI is to act as the government's bank and guide and regulate the other banking institutions in the country. So what are cooperative banks? These banks are organized under the State Governments Act. So these works under the government, like state government. So they give short term loans to agricultural sector and other allied activities. The main goal is to promote social welfare by providing loans, concessional loans. And these are also divided into three categories: the primary cooperative banks, urban cooperative banks, and central cooperative banks. Okay, so there are three levels within state also. First is tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Tier 1 is the state level, that is the state cooperative bank, which is regulated by RBI, state government, or NABARD, and they are funded by RBI government, and NABARD, whichever is responsible for that, they fund these banks. Then second is tier 2, which comes at the district level. So central or district cooperative banks comes under this. Then third is village level, which consists of primary agriculture cooperative banks. So these cooperative banks are organized under the Banking Companies Act 1956, and their main objective is to gain profit. So and they are completely they have unified structure and are owned by the government, state or any private entity. So it depends on each banks. So they can be owned by government, state or any private entity. So these are the locations or head offices of various banks, SBI and other banks also. So this you have to remember. You can remember their headquarters. So it also comes in exams. So let's keep it till here only, and after from RRBs we will study in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.